It's back in action again for the Daytona DMAX Championships here at Milton Keynes. Round 9 of the Light Enduro Championship, and there is a really exciting battle. The championship is going to be shaken up a little bit if things are to be expected from qualifying, so let's see how it all plays out.
Yeah, let's talk to second place man Harrison Pugh. Not in the title fight, but you've decided to make a nuisance of yourself here. Second place, you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely happy with second. Feel like there's still more to come. The kart felt good, but I feel like I can still improve on what I've set time-wise just then. Yeah, like you said, not really in it for the championship, but definitely here for a race win, hopefully, today.
Maybe you can mess up Jack's race at the front. That's got to be the target, hasn't it? Get in front of him and make things difficult.
Not necessarily the target, but, you know, if obviously I'm going to try for the position. I want a race win. I haven't had one this season, so, you know, it'd be good. So, yeah.
Good luck. That's Harrison Pugh starting in second place.
In P3, just in beside him, is going to be Sam Lovelace. This is going to be an interesting one. From P3, you'll have the inside line for turn 1. Anything can happen from there.
Yeah, certainly. The inside's the advantage, so I'm planning to use that to my advantage. I've got Jack ahead of me. I don't know where Max is, but I'm expecting a fight back from him.
Cool conditions, but the sun has been out, so that early morning dew will be gone now after the earlier enduro from the heavies. But down at the bottom end, it's still quite greasy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not convinced of my pace. I felt I was all over the place in quali, but maybe it was the same for everyone. Maybe if it heats up a bit, it'll get a bit grippier, so happy days.
So we'll get a bit of a nail biter in this one, you reckon?
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Good stuff. Give us the action, mate.
Cheers.
I've got pole sitter Jack O'Neill. Jack, you're on your own with Titan Motorsport, and what they say about Titan Motorsport is they start easily, but they return in numbers. How are you doing on your own?
It is a little bit odd, I'm not going to lie. I was sort of starting to talk to myself now, and, you know, I do agree most of the time myself, so it's quite nice to really, so.
Yeah, I find that as well. We'll feed the commentary straight into your race helmet, but you're second in the championship at the moment, and after drop points, you've got 30 points back on Max O'Shaughnessy, who's starting, I think, in 11th or 12th.
Yep, so, I mean, you know, from the championship perspective and from the entertainment point of view, it's a great result. But Max is great, you know, coming back through the field, so I'm expecting him as sort of a late charge. And to be fair, well, I've started at the front the last few races and just haven't been able to convert the win for whatever reason. So hopefully I'll have a nice, boring race for you guys is the plan, you know, just to pull away and not worry about anything else. But, hey, it's been exciting, isn't it? So anything can happen.
If you do get a big lead, how do you find lapping people, especially on a track like this where you have to make overtakes happen?
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. I mean, once again, the standard of the field is very, very good. So when you're coming up to drivers, they know you're the faster car. They will actually point and let you by it, sort of. Compared to, yeah, you get other series where there's a little bit of banditry going on, and they're sort of like, get out of there. But no, here, no, generally they're very good. So no, hopefully, clean race. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Good luck in the championship, Jack. Second place, he's got an excellent chance here to actually take the championship lead going into the final round.
Absolutely. The gap is only 30 points on drop scores coming into this one. With O'Shaughnessy 10 places back, it's make or break time.
Remember, you get 50 points for a win, 1 point for pole, and I think the other point is for best helmet or something.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Round 9 of the 2018 Daytona DMAX Light Enduro, and it is set to be a really exciting battle, and what a phenomenal fight it is going to be, with the man from pole position, Jack O'Neill, fighting his way forward for the championship fight. The grid is on your screen right now. Max O'Shaughnessy, the biggest concern for the championship fight, 11th position on the starting grid. That is 10 places back from his main championship rival, Jack O'Neill. We are in for a really exciting race.
Give us a prediction then. Put it all on the line. What's the result today?
It's a tough one to call, because if Max O'Shaughnessy has found a kart he actually feels comfortable in, he can charge through and battle for the victory.
You said they're all the same.
I did say they're all the same, and in theory they are, but drivers have this feeling that, well, I don't like the way it feels, or whatever it is. I don't really see any different. I've never had an issue with one particular kart over another when I've come out and played in DMAX, but I don't know. Max O'Shaughnessy, if he gets comfortable, he will charge his way through to the top 3, no problem. I've got a feeling about Sam Lovelace today, right in behind Jack O'Neill. Okay, his one-lap pace has not been as comparable as the pole sitter Jack O'Neill, who found an amazing amount of time. But if Sam Lovelace gets a good start, this race could be his to control. They come out of the final hairpin. Harrison Pugh lining up beside Jack O'Neill. 4th position, Fraser Brunton could be one to watch here. Keep an eye as well on Dante Dillon after his victory at Clay Pigeon. He'll be a strong contender. And we go through the first corner, no problem at all. Fraser Brunton immediately trying to step on after Harrison Pugh after a cracking start from Sam Lovelace. The field knits its way through the first chicane and into the lead. No problem at all for Jack O'Neill. From Lovelace, Harrison Pugh and Fraser Brunton, with Leslie dueling away to try and get into 5th position, which he has now done. And it is a very good start from his point of view.
Not a good start for Pugh, though, Jake.
No, indeed. Pugh has slipped back to third. His colleague, Levi Anderson, has made a good move off the line. He's got himself up into the top end. And there are yellow flags because we've had a couple of drivers into the barriers up at turn 4. So already there is drama. 2 drivers have gone in together.
Let's have a look at who that is. It's hard to make out with the sun getting in the way of my eyesight here, but they're coming down to turn 5. I think it's number 21.
So that is going to be...
Matt Pryor.
Yes, indeed. So Matt Pryor, I think the 61 there, my apologies.
And Jordan Bowley.
So Jordan Bowley in the mix there as well. 2 names unfortunately falling to the back of the field. Look at the squabble and wash as they come through. Max O'Shaughnessy trying to make up places as he now finds himself trying to get on the inside of Dante Dillon as they sweep by. Really exciting run there for O'Shaughnessy. He's made up 2 or 3 places in one fell swoop.
Yeah, O'Shaughnessy's in a battle there with Cameron Khan as well, so he's not going to have anything his own way. Certainly not easy.
I think you mean Cameron Noble. Cameron Noble in the mix there.
I actually meant Dante Dillon.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see. Well,
yeah.
That's the weird thing about this race. There is no Cameron Khan, and that is a really big shock to have Cameron Khan out of contention. Dante Dillon's just been in the mix at turn 4, and he's got his arm in the air in fury and frustration. So Dante Dillon now finds himself to the back of the field, trying to charge his way back through. So Noble now getting himself up into 9th position. Dante Dillon, meanwhile, is on the comeback charge. He is up into 15th place as a result of those first couple of laps. So his next target is Charlie Fenton, and then it will be Boyd Wayne Jr. Fenton going very defensive as Dillon goes round the outside and sweeps him through to turn 6. Very aggressive from Dante Dillon, exactly what he needs to do to get back into contention. But Jack O'Neill is already 4.4 seconds up the road. So he needs to be getting on with this pretty quickly now, Max O'Shaughnessy. Up the inside of Hampshire into turn 4. They're going to be side by side. O'Shaughnessy will be to the outside line, but he moves across and covers him off the braking zone. Good move there from O'Shaughnessy.
I tell you what, if you want to be really aggressive into turn 9, you can roll the dice, can't you?
Absolutely, and Anderson has been able to get alongside the battle for Leslie there. Brunton is now going to get the move for 3rd position on the inside of Harrison Pugh. They are rubbing wheels as they go up to turn 3, and Fraser Brunton gets the move. He now rolls wide.
That is the limit of hard but fair racing from both of them there. Pugh wasn't willing to give up on the outside of turn 1. Brunton showed him exactly where the track limits were.
The leaders are going to come through over the top of the crest. Jack O'Neill and Sam Lovelace. Lovelace is close, but not close enough to go for the overtaking move yet. He's got to read the situation and balance the car. Fraser Brunton in 3rd position. Leslie trying to come up the inside of Harrison Pugh. And next up is O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy's going to try and go for broke on the inside of Leslie as they duke it out for 5th and 6th position. This is much more like it for Max O'Shaughnessy. He now goes for the undercut move on Leslie. Leslie controls the pace, but on the inside of him, Levi Anderson trying to come through. And there's yellow flags. We've had somebody bury their car in the tyres at turn 3.
Also, Max O'Shaughnessy clearly pushing hard. He's got a warning from the marshals for curbing, so he's obviously pushing really hard. But actually, you talk about 8th and 9th place, he's like a few corners or a couple of incidents away from setting about his sights on the podium.
So Jack O'Neill in front of Sam Lovelace to the tune of 0.6 of a second. Brunton, Pugh, Leslie and O'Shaughnessy scrapping away for 3rd position as the driver in question comes through, having buried his kart initially into the barriers. And unfortunately, it is Matt Pryor, his 2nd incident of the race, that has found himself in dire straits, unfortunately. A really good tussle for position as Levi Anderson goes for broke on the inside of Ben Leslie, makes the dive in the final turn, cuts him off on the exit. That's a really good bit of jostling for position. And then behind them, we've got Sam Hampshire on the inside of Cameron Noble and gets the place. So a change of position there for both 6th position and 8th position. Nicely done from the 2 pairs of drivers. And again, Ben Leslie is not saying die on the back of Levi Anderson. Anderson's getting some good choice moves to defend and block to cover the move. So a really good bit of jostling from those 2.
Yeah, Jack and Sam have gone, but they've not gone. They're not out.
No. What's your habit of saying words squared? I don't understand. They're not out.
You missed my reference. You complain when I do old references. That's quite a modern one.
I suppose.
Out. Everyone else has got it. They're laughing at you
okay.
for not getting it.
Fair enough. Now, this is exactly what Harrison Pugh and Max O'Shaughnessy needed to do. They need to work together to get close. And now O'Shaughnessy's going to ditch Harrison Pugh in the drink, up the inside, through the final turn, and he's going to try and take the place, but Harrison Pugh's not going to place second best.
Oh, for the 2nd time, Pugh gets shown that curb on the exit of turn 1, and there's a crash also. How did that work out? because the leaders must have gone through there whilst that incident had already happened.
Well, I think technically speaking, O'Shaughnessy made the move before the yellow flag. Harrison Pugh was back in the position, so that should be all right. But I think that is Matt Pryor once again, unfortunately, going into the barriers. So Jack O'Neill leading, Sam Lovelace in second position. Here's the battle for third. Brunton still hanging on in front of the man in P4. That is O'Shaughnessy going for the move at last on the inside line of the final turn. And O'Shaughnessy goes a little bit wide on the exit. Brunton's going to get the switch back and take him straight back for position. Harrison Pugh might use this opportunity to go through on the inside of turn 2. He's still getting very close indeed through 3. Can he make the dive to the inside? Brunton defends beautifully through 4. Oh, actually, I think it might be up at 7. Yes, it is. Sorry, it's up towards the long flowing right-hander down the dip. I wonder if again...
I bet it's Matt Pryor.
It seems harsh to keep on pointing the finger at him.
He's had 3 so far.
He has had some difficulties. Jack O'Neill's got his hand in the air, but he's on his own. Where is Sam Lovelace? What's happened to Sam Lovelace? He's backed out by a long way, I think. So Lovelace has dropped right off the back of Jack O'Neill. 4.3 seconds was the gap. It's definitely bigger than that now. Jack O'Neill has got this race to win. There he goes through. This is the most boring race Jack O'Neill could have asked for. He wanted one and he's going to get it. There is Sam Lovelace. He's lost a lot of time. And O'Shaughnessy has got through in a third past Brunton. That's exactly what he needed. And now he has got a potential to close up on Sam Lovelace. He could come back to second.
Yeah, remember we said second place is gone? No, it's there. It's there for the taking. It's yours, Max. Take it.
Absolutely. Daytona DMAX genuinely does tend to throw up these opportunities again. So now he's into third. So that would give him 40 where he is at the moment, with the fastest lap of the race for Jack O'Neill.
Well, you know that Ben James edits our commentary to match some of the video, doesn't he? So we didn't see what happened down at turn 8, but we could go through a few scenarios if you'd like, and maybe one of them will match. So I'll go for one.
Okay.
And Jack O'Neill has slowed down and deliberately punted Sam Lovelace off into the hairpin.
Okay, so what's the alternative?
Well, I don't know, but he spun on his own, I guess.
Sam Lovelace has spun on his own there.
There we go, giving the director plenty to edit.
That sounded so natural, didn't it? Honestly. Anyway, the gap is now 8 seconds as a result of all of that, but definitely a problem for Sam Lovelace, because his last lap time was 1:12.1 compared to everybody else in the 1:07s and 1:08s. So here comes Max O'Shaughnessy in behind.
It's I think the Titan Motorsport of...
Into the pits comes O'Shaughnessy.
It's happened.
Disaster for O'Shaughnessy. He's got to change kart. His fight back to third position undoes all his hard work. That kart is sounding really sick. You're down there, Spanners. What's the beef?
Yeah, it does sound sick, but when you think about it, he changed kart 3 times in qualifying, and that's the one he ended up in. So really, really unlucky, desperately unlucky. But he's off. Oh, he's unhappy. He's really, really unhappy.
No, that's not that. I'm afraid that is not. That's out of order completely, because it's one thing to shake a hand at Mark Wimblett, but to nearly run over a marshal on the way out of the pits. I don't care how frustrated you are. That's not on. And we've had an off at turn 9. Now it's a big off into the tyre barriers there. He's gone a little bit too far. I think that is Pryor, who has dipped it at one of the worst places on the circuit for an accident, to be fair. And I think we're going to have waved yellows for a while, because that tyre barrier is going to need repairing. But Max O'Shaughnessy leaves the pit in what I guess is going to be about 15th position.
They've managed to repair that really quickly. The marshal's doing a fantastic job. I think that's going to be up and running fairly soon. I think structurally it's back to how it is now. They're just double checking it. Yeah, brilliant job. Well done, that man.
I worry that there might be now an investigation into that exit of the pits for Max O'Shaughnessy, because that was
more yellow flags.
That was way more aggressive than he needed to be going out of the pits. I mean, basically, he put his foot down and went straight out the pits at full throttle, which you're not supposed to do anyway. And he almost ran over a marshal leaving the pits. So
I'm going to water that down slightly, Jake. I don't think it was full throttle, and I do think he knew where the marshal was. Although I see your sentiment for sure.
The thing is, you've got to be careful about these guys. They're doing a lot of hard work, and it's not their fault that the kart has had an issue. So
yeah, but who hasn't wanted to run down Mark Wimblett? Come on.
Oh, okay, Mark Wimblett. Well, that's different. Anyway,
Max O'Shaughnessy back in the pits.
Oh no, this is really going wrong, and I reckon is that for a.
That's it. He's out. He's out of the race.
Disaster for Max O'Shaughnessy. Everything's gone wrong from his point of view.
He's not going to want to talk to me. I'm not even going to try, I don't think.
Well, this is devastating as far as his championship is concerned. So that means that with Max O'Shaughnessy walking away, the frustration and the anger has welled up in him, and this is definitely going to be a major hammer blow to his title attack. That means that effectively he will walk away from this race with an 18th place finished, potentially still the fastest lap of the race. Let's assume that is what's going to happen, and this will be his dropped score. He will not be able to score more, and it'll be 322. He remains on. Wow, this is a big, big shock as far as the championship is concerned now. Into the pits comes Matt Pryor. I wonder if the physicality of this kart on this circuit has just got a little bit much. I mean, I have not really done more than about 20 minutes in these karts before my rib cage is screaming at me to get out of the kart. And it's difficult when you haven't done this championship before in these karts on this track, as it is really physical. It looks to me as though Matt is done.
Yeah, you're also quite mentally weak, which is a disadvantage.
How did you know my weakness? How dare you?
So I'm wondering then, I have to roll the tape back, I'm wondering if Davis didn't come back and cause an issue for those two because he was faster and unlapping himself. But I have to say, watching this battle between Brunton and Sam Lovelace looks absolutely planted in his car.
Oh! Really close fighting through turn 9, a big slide.
Well, that's Davis. That's Davis coming back on Cameron Noble, but he's a lap down, as far as I can tell.
It is. No, you're absolutely right.
No,
Davis is a lap down. Comes round the outside of Anderson and dives for the inside, gets the place, but on the exit, Anderson will be livid with the way that Hampshire got that one done. That was very physical.
It's not over yet.
Absolutely, he dives back to the inside, and now Leslie's going to get the opportunity to get up the inside of Levi Anderson. Anderson's going to try and hold it right round the outside as they come up the turn once again. And I have to say, Fraser Brunton, for me, at this point, if things don't change too much, for me, Fraser Brunton is my driver of the day. The fact that he can be that strong over the course of the race and be faster than Jack O'Neill over one lap, who is dominating this race. I mean, that kid has really risen to the occasion this time, and considering that he's having to work his A game to keep Sam Lovelace at bay, even if he only gets third out of this race, this is genuinely the most exceptional performance I think I've ever seen from him. He's doing an amazing job there in P2.
Well, I strongly disagree for driver of the day so far.
You're going to go for Jack O'Neill, aren't you? You're going to suck up to the race winner.
Nah, it's boring. I'm going to have to talk to him anyway. I'll tell you what, Hampshire with his defending has driven Levi Anderson absolutely mad, because he's been defending smartly, not just putting his car to block the overtake, but actually letting Anderson come through when he knows he can come back at him. That's some real smart driving. I've enjoyed watching that. Sam Lovelace really close now in his pursuit of P2. Fraser Brunton, that's the closest I've seen him coming through turn 9. If you think he's going to be strong going into 2, 3 and 4, then this is the lap. They're really close together as they come through turn 1. He's got to be eyeing something up surely here. Can he set something up going through turn 2 and 3? Fraser Brunton, to be honest, he's kept the gap. There isn't an opportunity for Lovelace to make that lunge, so I'm really struggling to see where the move is going to come right now.
I think you're right. Fair play to Brunton. You know, that is where he has, over the last few laps, been a tiny bit edgy, but he has really risen that game again and finds himself feeling even more composed. I think you're right. I'm not sure Lovelace is going to get much of an opportunity on Fraser. The gap is only going to be, it's not going to be more than about 3 kart lengths, but as long as Fraser can maintain that, the 0.2 of a second here and there, it's enough. I'm not sure Lovelace can take that bigger risk from that far back. But with 2 minutes to go, I can't see Lovelace getting close enough under brakes. This is brilliant work from Brunton. But really impressive.
It's not even a mistake away, is it? It's not even a half spin away. It's a slightly losing the back end away before Sam Lovelace can get onto the back. I think Fraser Brunton is going to have to drive perfectly for these last few laps in order to make sure Sam Lovelace doesn't get a shot at him.
And these last 90 seconds are where it's hardest of all to be perfect. You really don't have any opportunity at all for mistakes. Here comes Jack O'Neill, and he will be starting his final lap. This time by, he might get 2 actually, because we've got 90 seconds now. So yes, it's a 70-second lap, so he's going to get 2 more laps. This is a real problem potentially for Brunton.
Slow down, Jack.
Well, yeah, Fraser will be like, stop it, ease up, mate. I don't need another lap here with Sam Lovelace all over the back of me. Slow up. But this is great work from both Fraser Brunton and Lovelace. But look again, Brunton's extended the gap. He's not losing time. He's pulled away. This is amazing. Where does Fraser Brunton find that inner strength from? You've got to remember, this is still only his first full season in Daytona DMAX, and he has acquitted himself valiantly all season long. Here, he has risen to the occasion. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Fraser Brunton's done the fastest lap of the race at 1:07.065. Absolutely astonishing. Fraser Brunton is now going to score the bonus point for fastest lap of the race. He's only going to lose 4 points to Jack O'Neill at this rate.
It's the last lap board for the race leader, Jack O'Neill. Big thumbs up. That's too cool to do a thumbs up on the last lap when you're about to win.
Well, when you know you've got 14 seconds in hand, it's not bad, is it? Lovelace is throwing everything he can at him, and Fraser Brunton has just got to retaliate. Stop looking back, Fraser. Drive forward. Keep pushing forward. Focus on every single apex. Do the best you can, but keep him at bay. Don't focus on him. Focus on the victory in front of you in this battle for second place. But Jack O'Neill is coming over the crest of the hill. He wanted a boring race. He wanted a dull drive, and that's exactly what he's got. And it's going to take the title fight to Sandown Park in absolutely astonishing fashion. Jack O'Neill takes the victory and 51 points that go with it. Absolutely phenomenal. And that means that the gap in the championship will be just 9 points. Fraser Brunton, though, in second place. That is practically a victory for Fraser. P2, absolutely unbelievable.
Well
Even
held.
faster than the race winner. Astonishing. For me, driver of the day, no question. Absolutely brilliant.
A lonely fourth place there for Harrison Pugh as well, who we kind of forgot about through the race. But another man who's done very, very well is Cameron Noble to finish this sort of best of the rest.
Here, here.
Fifth place. A great defensive drive.
Yep, Cameron Noble, a good effort there in fifth position in front of the valiant Sam Hampshire, who fought his way through to P6. Great gusto from Sam.
Yeah.
Seventh place for Josh Davis. Levi Anderson in eighth place from Ben Leslie. And a rather frustrated pair of drivers in 10th and 11th, Dante Dillon and Archie Elliott. Nobody more frustrated than the championship leader. His 30-point margin is cut to 9 with 1 round to go.
I'm here with third place, Sam Lovelace. Sam, clearly you had the pace. How frustrating with Fraser Brunton fighting so hard in front of you.
Yeah, I can't shake that little guy off, can I? He drove a fantastic race. When he passed me about 40 minutes in, we thought, me and Dad thought we'd drop, what's his name? Harrison. And with 10 minutes to go, we pulled the plug and we started to attack. But credit to him, he made no mistakes, gave me no opportunities.
We were trying to look on the track where it was you were going to make a lunge, but a lot of the key overtaking points is where Fraser was able to get away.
Yeah, precisely, and that's what made it difficult.
You were pushing hard that whole 40 minutes behind him?
Certainly, yeah. No, I was doing my utmost to try and pass him, but once again, credit to him, he drove a fantastic race and made no mistakes, really.
Excellent. Well, great third place. Thanks very much for talking to us, Sam. But let's get over to who Jake Sanson was talking about as the man of the race. What a great defensive drive. But, I mean, also, on pure pace, you had the second fastest lap. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was very strong all the full hour.
Yeah.
Good birthday present for my dad.
Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Brunton. Oh, there we go for Dad. And how supportive is your dad? How great is your dad at bringing you to these events?
Yeah, he's really good. He's really supportive and he's always ready, organised. When I forget things, he's always there.
And tell me about turn 9 and 10, because they seem to be places where you were able to really pull away and just give yourself a little margin on Sam.
Yeah, I just had a good exit mostly and the kart felt good. So yeah, it was really good.
Amazing performance. Thanks very much for talking to us, Fraser. And now let's talk to our race winner, Jack O'Neill. It's a boring race for you, wasn't it? Dull as you like.
I'm sorry, Spanners. It wasn't one for the commentary, was it really, that one? But no, for me, absolutely perfect. You know, unlucky for Max, to be fair, because he came through the field, and if he had finished second place, he would have won the championship today. So that was in the back of my mind. I was, you know, partway through the race thinking, you know, he's going to come second, and he was looking quite strong, and, you know, mechanical failures. That's why last sort of half an hour, off every curb and just keeping it very, very easy.
Well, we wondered whether you were going to go for the point for the fastest lap. Was that in your mind at any point?
I don't know if I got fast lap or not. I'm guessing I didn't, did I? No. To be fair, at the end, I thought I'm just going to play it completely safe. Didn't want to sort of, go over the curves, shake the battery off, something like that, because the points for the win are more important. Great to win here as well, because there's a lot of people, it's their home tracks, and people come into it and like, oh yeah, watch out for this guy, watch out for that guy, because they work here. You're thinking, oh, all right, okay then.
Was anyone saying watch out for Jack O'Neill?
Nobody at all, no.
The gits. Don't you dare underestimate Jack O'Neill. Let's give you the good news about the points. What's the... Yes, it's definitely
Close,
reduced.
isn't it?
It's really
It
close,
makes it
Jack.
exciting for the last race,
It does. I mean, the showdown's going to be fantastic. I mean, the gap was 30 points coming into this. It's now only 9.
Right.
So the showdown is on. How do you feel about that?
That's all I wanted to do today, really, just to keep the championship alive and just make it an exciting finale at the end of the day. Max has won a lot of races, to be fair, more than me, but to sort of just keep myself in it until the final race. That's all I can do at the end of the day. So, hey, bring it on.
Thanks for getting the job done for us. Thank you. Well, you said it wasn't an interesting race for the commentary. Hogwash. That was brilliant.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. There were some great battles all throughout the field, but also, like, when somebody is that far ahead, you're wondering about those mind games. Are they thinking about the championship? Was he thinking about the extra point for the fastest lap? It's really intriguing, and I'm so gutted I'm going to be missing the last round, because you made it on a Saturday.
Yeah, so while Spanners is going to be jealous, you can make yourself onto the starting grid. That phone number above, call that, or get onto the website, daytonamax.co.uk. Last chance to get onto the grid for the last round of the championship, where the showdown is on.